Hey guys, this is GetJesse, and today we've got a MAG audio commentary. Haha. So, I've gotten a few requests that I need to do more MAG gameplays and more MAG audio commentaries, so this is to fulfill those requests. As you noticed, I've been doing a little bit of Killzone 3 stuff for the beta, and some other videos in between that of miscellaneous games. So I decided it would be good to come back to MAG. The way I have to do my videos, I actually watch the videos before I commentate them because I have to actually edit them. I prefer to just, this is a Domination game, a 30-minute game. I prefer to just throw up the whole 30-minute game onto YouTube without having to watch it and edit it beforehand, because I'd like to watch it as kind of a first time thing so that I'm seeing everything for the first time like you guys are, and I can commentate on it in a more lively manner. But I can't do that just because of my internet connection. I have a really slow internet connection. It's the fastest internet connection in my area, but it's still really darn slow compared to what most people have. So because of that, I have to, before I can commentate a video, I have to edit it down, and basically, ideally, I would hopefully cut the length down in half so that it doesn't take so long to upload. Because if I uploaded this a 30-minute Domination game, it would take hours. And when I say hours, I mean like maybe 10 hours. And I just can't tie up my internet connection like that. So I have to do it this way. And like I said, I'd really prefer just to throw the whole game up on there. And also, I think doing it that way would provide better commentary, because since I've already watched this game, that means it's it's a little more difficult for me to make lively responses to things that happen. Because while I was editing it, all this stuff that's happening right now, this stuff was new to me. But right now, it's not new. I've already seen it, so I'm already kind of prepped to it. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about the gameplay. How about that's a good idea. That's usually what these audio commentary things are for. So let's see. I'm using the 4x optical sight. Most people, I've noticed, don't like the 4x optical sight. I'm one of the few that really like it. I love the 4x optical sight. As people who listen to my commentaries know, I'm a guy that prefers medium to long range engagements, and the 4x optical sight is perfect for medium to long range engagements for the assault rifle. And if you get in a close range engagement, you can just hip fire people. As for the rest of the loadout, I've got obviously you can see what's on my gun: a grip, silencer, 4x optical sight, and it's an AK-103. It's especially obvious because of the 25 bullet magazine size. But also on my kit, it looks like I'm wearing light armor. I've got a medical kit. I've definitely got a sensor jammer. And as for the rest of it, maybe an acoustic locator, maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe a grenade, I don't know. But we're playing a Domination game, as you probably noticed by now. We're defending the Sever map. And, Domination maps, they have 4 different sections to them. And you can see which section we're on. I honestly don't know what each section, if they even have names to them. I mean, they probably... what is that guy's name? Man, Bear, Piglet? Anyway, they probably have names for each section of the map. But, according to the 4 platoons. I don't know the names for each of the sections of the map. I don't even know if there are names for each section of the map, so I can't really say which section of the map we're on. And I've probably taken way too long to explain this, but that's okay. So whenever I play Domination like this, what I basically like to do is I like to support all of the bunkers. I don't just like to hang around our bunker and defend that area. I like to distribute my talents according to the need of the team. So right now, this area over to the right, where I am right now, it's getting hit much harder than the left side is. So naturally, I'm going to go over here and help these guys out, because they need the help. There's a bunch of poison gas around us. Now throughout this game, you'll see me using cover. That's one thing in any first-person shooter that you've got to learn how to use is cover. You've got to know when you're outmatched in a gunfight, and you've got to be aware of your surroundings so that when you're outmatched, when you're outgunned, when you know that there's a possibility that you're about to die, you need to know where you can dive so that you can get to safety. And for mag, it's important to know where to dive because you've got to be able to heal yourself quickly. You've got to get behind cover so you can give your health a chance to recover. Got to get behind cover to give your health a chance to recover. Anyway, okay, so I've less RPD down there, trying to revive him. Almost died doing it, but people who I play with a lot, I like to risk my life to save them. Sometimes I'll risk my life for a blue dot too. Just depends on the situation. Let's see. It's kind of funny. Less RPD. I don't know if you noticed, but his game froze at near the beginning of the game sometime, and that's always a frustrating experience. I've frozen in this game plenty of times. Luckily, the freezing has gotten better since the more recent patches, so that's not as common an issue. And that guy just ran right past me. That's a good awareness fail there, buddy. And you'll have to excuse my voice. I've been talking a lot today, so it's a little scratchy or hoarse. You can probably hear it getting weaker and weaker as I talk. Oh, and I get revived in front of 3 enemies. That's always good. But luckily I duck into an area that they didn't notice me in, and I can come around and knife them and take them out. So it looks like 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes have passed, and we're in the last 10 minutes of the game. So let's talk about what's happened so far in the game. Basically, it seems that almost all of the bunkers have fallen at this point, and it looks like we're getting overrun pretty badly. Now, when you're in a situation where your bunkers are down and you're starting to get overrun like this from the advancing enemy, the best thing to do is to just kind of slowly retreat when the opportunity presents itself, but at the same time you want to slow their advance and kill them as you retreat. Now when you lose the bunkers, depending on the section of the map that you're playing and depending on the faction you're playing, there's basically an ideal location that's outside of the objectives, but is also, you know, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say there's an area that's basically the new front line. And this area that I'm at right here, this is my new front line. Now, it's not necessarily the front line of my team, since most of them are hanging around the objectives. but it's my front line. It's the front line that I'm gonna not let anyone pass by, and I'm gonna basically harass people from this front line. And take pot shots like that right there when the opportunity presents itself. And I can easily do that type of thing with the 4x optical sight. Oh, I got taken out there.
Oh crap. I got you, bud. Don't
I guess that guy must have just been sitting there watching me.
1 second.
But luckily there's a friendly blue dot to help me out there. Mr. Excitement 1. Thank you, Mr. Excitement. So I'm going to jump down here and take these guys out from the back side. And I clean them up pretty handily. So now I'm going to continue to patrol my front line, but before I do that I'm going to go over here to the objective because it looks like they're having trouble over here.
What?
And I get killed by an ally. That's great. I actually think I get killed by an ally 2 or 3 times in this game. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my imaginary front line. I'm going to pick up this blue dot. And basically, you can kind of tell that the front line that I'm defending is basically this huge, it's kind of a wall, just a giant big wall. So I meet up with a small squad over here, and I take 4 guys out. And you can see what I was doing there as I killed them. There's a bunch of boxes and little enclosures and other concrete barriers around here. But I used those to my advantage over these 4 guys by maneuvering around them. You know, a lot of players have tunnel vision. They only pay attention to what's directly in front of them, and they usually people have, you know, they have very one-dimensional thoughts in terms of what they're doing. You know, so they're like, I'm gonna go over there and I'm just gonna keep on running that way until I get there, and then when I get there I'm gonna do something else. You know, and they're not aware of their surroundings. So if you can maneuver around stuff like that, basically weave in and out so that you're always out of their vision, then you can easily take advantage of their ineptitude. Guy catches me off guard there. I didn't expect him to be there. And definitely not from that angle. That's the sort of thing I usually do to other people. When you're shooting at people and trying to kill them, you want to shoot at them from angles and areas that they're not going to expect you from. And that guy just shot me in the back. But you want to use cover and the angles around that cover, the lines of sight around that cover, to the utmost advantage. That guy bled out. Oh, and I get ganged up on. Shot in the face with the shotgun. But that's okay. Oh, look, less RPD. Okay, so we got 2 minutes left in the game here. I'm sorry, by the way, that the top of the screen is cut off. That's my mistake. But you know, this game is a victory for us. So you can probably guess that the damage bar up there is not filled up very much, if at all. we have to do now is just wait for the game to end. So usually at the end of games like this, if the offensive team hasn't really done anything yet, then the players usually get more desperate, and that's usually where you can take advantage of them. Wow, that sucked. Yeah, they're usually rushing in, trying to get into the objective, and you can take advantage of their you can take advantage of them rushing past you. There, I try to get a last second kill, but I don't get it. So Sever wins the battle, a minor victory. 68-16. That's the final score. 24 assists, jeez. 17 streak, highest streak. So I get my Grim Reaper and a few other miscellaneous ribbons, so hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.